So, what's up, you guys? I am doing a Lunar Wednesday today since it's the first Lunar Wednesday, if that's what you want to call it. I know this is going to be posted so late, but just bear with me. I'm doing my life, okay? But, anyways, so I said it was old anime versus new, so let's get into it. I'm not even going to take too long. So, old. So, I'm going to do like 90s. I'm going to talk about 90s for old, and then I'm going to do like 2010 for new. I know we're in a new decade, 2020, but basically I thought doing the 2010 decade would be, a good like newer, if that makes sense. So let's get into old 90s. I feel like that was the best time for anime, and I'm not even trying to be an oldie or weird, but it was the best time. So some of my favorites that came out around the time I was born, Sailor Moon, all time favorite, okay? Moonstar, okay? Okay? Anyways, Sailor Moon, of course, all my girly stuff. Card Captor Sakura, um, Outlaw Star. I love that crap. Honestly, I'm not gonna deal too deep. I'm just saying, just naming a few that's like around that time. And then Cowboy Bebop. So Cowboy Bebop was very instrumental for me. Just because I felt like with Cowboy Bebop, the story for me was kind of deep, and then every character made me feel like, dang, like it just made me feel like it was so real. Like this, like, what if this happened to me? Or like, what if like I knew somebody that this happened to? Like, it would be really crazy. Like, especially with telling old girl's story, how she lived longer than all of her friends and stuff came back. Like, honestly, that would be kind of scary. I don't know if I could do that. That would mean like you literally had to start all new relationships. But anyways, we're not gonna get into it. Okay, Agent Aki. Um, dang, I didn't even say that right. Agent Aika. Dang, don't even do that, bruh. Cut me off, bruh. Cancel me. Bro, that's sad. And that was one of my favorite ones that I like. I'm over here saying the name wrong. Just cut it off. Cut the video. Anyways, but that was a really good one. I thought it was really interesting. It was like a really fun kind of anime to watch for me. And then Gundam, obviously, on that 5 stuff, Gundam. And then what's the other ones I have on here that I want to talk about? Okay, Case Closed. That's really interesting one. And then obviously One Piece. Now I'm gonna put One Piece in both categories. I'm gonna let that go in limbo, just because it kept going on and on and on, and because of all the episodes, like you can literally like put it in the middle. All right. So with all that being said, the last one I want to talk about for old, I want to mention is Tenchi Muyo. Tenchi Muyo. Let that marinate. Cause Tenchi Muyo was really good. It was another one that was really deep for me, just like Cowboy Bebop. Now, obviously, I love Sailor Moon. It was the best. But what I mean is that Cowboy Bebop Tenchi Muyo, because we're on that. See how much I like Cowboy Bebop. Anyways, Tenchi Muyo was on that harem life, which I don't like harems, but the way the story went, it was on some like weird Game of Thrones situation, but at the same time, it still gave me like the sense of like a slice of life, or like, my mental choices or something like that. It was just really cool. All right, new. So with our new ones, we are looking at Seven Deadly. Okay, so that one was like in the middle of the time of that decade, and honestly, everybody loves Seven Deadly. But it's just one of them things where it kind of kept carrying the strength of that time. Like, what was the earlier ones? Oh yeah, one of them that kicked off that decade, 2010, Durarara. Okay, if I'm saying it right. That one kind of kicked it off with the other ones like Blood Sea, which I freaking loved because I watched Blood Plus. Shout out to Uberworld, great people. And then Blue Exorcist, same year. That junk just carried on, like same year as Blood Plus. It just carried on, like it really started that foundation for for the recent decade. Then we're going into like what's the other ones that kept carrying it? Sword Art Online before it became trash, okay? That one started carrying it, and then continuing Sword Art Online, we got freaking whatchamacallit? Attack on Titan. That's still here, still making moves. But that really carried it. I'm not gonna lie. The 2010s is really spitting out animes. From that to 2015, just spitting out animes. And then after My Hero comes in, graduation, like My Hero came in, then did that thing. Okay? And then I guess I can mention like some of the other ones. Like Food Wars was in the middle, which is really good too, but it was weird. Like not everybody can really partake to Food Wars. But I'm a foodie, so obviously I was like into that. And then of course Tokyo Ghoul. Tokyo Ghoul carried it. A lot of people liked it. I didn't like the switch up of animation to the manga style, kind of like how Crystal did for Sailor Moon, but it is what it is. Some that I want to talk about, Violet Evergarden. I don't know if people are asleep, but to me that anime was pretty good. Like, yeah, she was this robot type chick, but it was pretty good. Like, it gave me some Ghost in the Shell vibes. Like, at least her story in particular. But, continuing off that, Darling in the Franxx. Okay? I'm really liking that one. Like, the song, the opening, like, I be over there ready to kill that opening, man. Darling in the Franxx, man. I don't even know. But that's what those animes like Violet Evergarden and Darling in the Franxx, they kind of sprinkled like towards the end, if that's what you want to call it. Like, they kept hints, because from 2010 to like 2015, like they were going strong, spitting out stuff. Attack on Titan, Sword Art Online, like all of them. I think even Lul in the Sea or something like that was close around to that time. I can't even remember some other ones I'm really trying to put out there real quick. But basically, because I might be going a little bit before 2010, but basically they were really spitting out that time. Like, dang, is this going to be a good decade? Then they done fell off. And they had like a little bit of stuff sprinkled up in there, but stuff like, I guess going into 2018, 2019, really started dropping really good. That's when we got that stuff that was like Darling in the Franxx. That was like, dang, like, okay, now we getting some stuff to cling on to. But it is what it is. All in all, the ones that I mentioned, because this is kind of like a into video into going into, you know, my next Lunar Wednesday. So all these animes I talked about here today that I mentioned, I'm going to go into depth, and I'm going to choose like just a few to talk about. And I'm going to add some people, I guess, in the comments, in the description. And also I'm going to, on my Instagram, at Cheska for Chels, I'm going to go ahead and add some people there and have you guys vote on who you would like to be talking and discussing these animes with me on my next Lunar Wednesday. Okay, so I'm gonna split them up. The next Lunar Wednesday might be a different topic, and then the week after that I'm gonna go ahead and go with y'all's votes and see who you guys want me to have the discussion with. I have some people I'm gonna add. I want you to look at their profiles, and then you guys vote and let me know what you guys think and who you guys want to talk with me about these animes. Cause some of these I got on here, pretty deep, pretty deep. But of course, if you want to comment your own anime that you want me to talk about, you can go ahead and comment it. I'll let you know if like I watched it to length or whatever. Like I'll let you guys know about it. But for the most part, yeah, let me know who you guys want to do the video with me, and then we'll kind of go from there. But for the most part, old versus new, like I said, I did 90s and 2010s. I really like about the old style how it was very rustic, very like 2D streamline. You know, it was just very like flat and I guess animation, but also very interesting, because if you compare it to now, of course now a lot of the things is better, but I feel like they focus more on quality than they do on the story, as opposed to what they did back then. Back then the story I feel like was more in depth, as though now it's not as in depth. So I do feel like some animes do capture it, like Dr. Stone. I feel like that's something really cool that's really about to blow up the internet. But we'll see. I haven't read the manga, so I don't know. One of my good friends, shout out to Cosmic, he really he's reading the manga, and then some other of my friends really are into some of these, you know, animes. They really be reading these hoes. Honestly, I love reading manga, but I'm not on it as much. I really read mangas that are just mangas and they're not shown on TV, just because like they're not an anime, just because I feel like I want to give them love, as opposed to reading the mangas for, you know, things that are already animes. I really just want to show other things love, like Vampire Game is a manga I read, and then like Red River and Wish, like all those is like really ones that probably will never see animation, but I really dig, you know. But anyways, gonna talk about these animes with one of me friends, and then we'll see how it goes. All right, can't wait for you guys' votes, and I'll see you.